and welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back again today with a pick a card reading for you. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, you know how much I appreciate you, appreciate the fact that you spend your time here with me. Time is so precious, so thank you so much for being here with me today. And if you're finding yourself here for the very first time, please join us, grab yourself some snacks, a cup of tea, and we'll have a bit of a chat because we're all friends when we gather at my table. So today's pick a card reading, we're looking into a message meant to find you today. So Spirit was on my mind talking about how they need to get a hold of some of you. So an urgent message meant to find you today. We do have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 with the daisy. Pile number 2 with the red carnation. And pile number 3 with the 2-tone pink and white carnation. So whichever pile or piles you're calling out to, there may be a message waiting for you from Spirit. My timestamps are below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, this is a message that was meant for you, meant to find you today. Hello everybody. In pile number 1, you were drawn to the beautiful daisy flower here. And this is your message from Spirit, a message meant to find you today. What does Spirit want to talk to you about? What message do they have for you? A message meant to find you today. So we do have the 6 of Swords starting out the reading. A message meant for you today. The 3 of Wands. A message meant to find you today. We have the Page of Cups, and it is coming out with the 7 of Cups. So let's clarify that. Please clarify the 6 of Swords, a message meant for you today, please, Spirit. The 4 of Pentacles. The Hermit. And the 3 of Pentacles. The back of the deck energy here is the 4 of Wands. I just want to take a peek underneath, and the Lovers. Okay, so back of deck energy is this 4 of Wands. So there could be some concerns for some of you watching regarding your home, regarding your family, or your current relationship, or your home life type of situation. Things maybe have been a little bit rough financially. Also on a kind of an emotional level, because of the stressors that have been placed upon you in the recent past. It's like it's affecting everything. It's affecting your relationships, it's affecting your mood, it's affecting everything in your life right now. Even your perspective is being kind of affected by this. And the Spirit is really saying that the worst is behind you. So if you've been struggling in your home situation, whether it be financially, emotionally, if everything's kind of snowballing, I'm sorry, somebody is driving by with their if everything seems to be snowballing and you're really feeling overwhelmed, Spirit is really saying the worst is behind you now. So this feeling that you have inside of you sometimes of worry about losing what you've gained, or it's just with the 4 of Pentacles, it's just a sense of coveting what you have right now in a way that seems overprotective. It seems like sometimes it's like a hoarding mentality. It's just that sense of, I don't want to lose what I've got. And I'm really worried about that because it's been tough. And I've already watched myself maybe lose a lot or have to sacrifice a lot. But Spirit is saying, again, that worst is behind you. The 6 of Swords, you're moving into calmer places. And it's about mental calmness, and it's about physical calmness as well. You have better things on the horizon if you've been having a difficult time moving into 2021. Here with the 3 of Wands and the Hermit, Spirit is really asking you to look at the now as a foundation period for growth, because it is about kind of making a decision and inwardly seeking out the knowledge that we have lying inside of us about our potential and about where we want to go, about some of our inspired ideas that need to be brought into action, because we can all think about things that we want to do and goals that we have set for ourselves, and sometimes all we do is think about it. We just keep making those plans, but we never take that first step. And that's really what that 3 of Wands and this Hermit energy is about. It's about taking that first step. Yes, retreat to be completely clear about what you want. And sometimes that process of creation can feel like a lonely process. Sometimes we get lonely waiting for what it is that we want in life, whether it be a new emotional start in love, a new emotional start when it comes to our finances, our career, anything. It's a lonely process for us because we really have to sink into ourselves. Nobody else can do that for us. Nobody else can make the decision about what we want. So the Hermit energy here is really asking us to withdraw and to decide what we want using that inner wisdom that is inside of us all. But to take those inspired ideas that are formulated during this time and put them into action. Taking that first step is such an important leap. First kind of action that you need to take to gain a momentum. You know, we can't make a snowball get bigger without giving it that first push. It's not going to do it on its own, but once it starts to roll downhill, it takes off, it gains some momentum. Here in the future position, we do have the beautiful Page of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Coins. So in this way, through your action, through your motivation and your motivated actions, it's through this that the confusion is going to lift for you, that these new emotional beginnings are going to start. And in the future, we see you building a foundation. And for many of you watching, I feel like it's going to be a foundation of love. I feel like many of you are moving into a calmer place when it comes to your relationships. And I do see for some of you a new emotional start beginning for you that could really lead to a big place for you. Deep attraction, deep connection. For many of you, it could be a marriage type of situation, type of commitment. It shows you building a foundation. If you're not concerned about your love life in that sense, it is about a practical type of ascension as well. And the same message applies. It's about taking those inspired ideas and making them, taking that first step of action towards your goals. And that's what Spirit is really calling for you to do. They're saying that the worst is behind you. You've suffered, and this mindset you have of kind of holding back, scared to take a move, scared to make a decision because you're worried about making the wrong decision, because you're worried it could affect you negatively. They're really saying that the worst is behind you, and those fears are a little bit, I don't want to say they're not truth. They're not the truth. There is the truth and there is a truth. And a truth is subjective to somebody's opinion about it. But the truth is the essence of a thing. So that's what Spirit really wants to communicate right now. So let's get some more messages for you. Group 1. Whoops. We do have the King of Wands showing himself here. And again, that's about your inspiration and the power you have inside of you. The power, the inspired thought that leads to action that you have inside of you. Being a leader in your own life. 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups coming out with the 5 of Wands. Back of the deck here is the Tower and the Devil. So that Devil energy is really reminding us to kind of let go of the things that aren't serving us, any addictions that are holding us back, whether they be physical or emotional addictions. Sometimes we can be addicted to a certain way of feeling. You know, when we feel these feelings of apathy, these feelings of fear when it comes to loss, when it comes to losing out or having some of this kind of emotional poverty, even on a physical sense too, the physical poverty that we feel at times in life. You know, it's this essence of having to give up this ideology of loss. Sometimes we get addicted to being in a negative mindset. It becomes a part of us. It becomes almost a part of our personality if we let it go on long enough unchecked. And here with that Devil card, that is a warning for some of you. Capricorn energy, it's just a warning for us to truly look at the things in our life that aren't serving us anymore and to move away from those things. The Tower here, it's about confusion being lifted. This Tower card particularly is very confusing. You don't know whether you're coming or going. It is about confusion being lifted in your future. But it is about things kind of breaking down in order for them to be built back up. If you have suffered, as we were talking about earlier, about, you know, going through a lot, feeling emotional, feeling overwhelmed, moving on from choppy places into calmer waters. The worst is behind you. But sometimes those breakdowns, those chaotic moments have to happen in order for movement to happen at all. And that Five of Pentacles, again, shows you moving away from that. It could be, a lot of you feel an emotional loss, an emotional poverty here. There are some of you who have struggled on a financial sense, and you're being represented as well. But for many of you watching, it is this emotional loneliness, this emotional poverty that you feel. Spirit wants you to turn it around and use this opportunity, use this time of loneliness, really, as an opportunity to switch it up. Change the dialogue in your mind, because our reaction to a situation is the only control we have. So switching up the dialogue in your mind and saying, you know what, I choose to use this time to manifest what I want, instead of focusing on what I don't have or what others have. Or sometimes there's this essence here of a feeling of jealousy, looking into the windows of other people and wondering when your turn is going to come for that emotional happiness, emotional vulnerability. And it's those, that's what Spirit is really saying. It's those feelings of negativity, those feelings of jealousy that really stop us from ascension, stop us from stepping into these powerful roles that are deservedly ours. The message meant to find you today. So the worst is behind you. You are at a foundation phase right now. People don't like to hear that. The worst is behind you. It's time to start manifesting the good. You are moving into calmer waters right now, but it's about using the now effectively. We can't plant seeds of expectation in the wrong conditions and expect things, good things to come out of it. We have co-create with Spirit, and that's exactly what they're talking about, using the now. We are in this present position in order to stop these feelings of emotional loneliness, in order to bring forth these emotional new beginnings that are deservedly yours. It's about co-creating with Spirit. You are bursting at the seams with potential. But the owl present really reminds us to stay reflective in a higher state, to not look at things from an emotional point of view at all times, to see things logically and to make plans accordingly. And the cheetah here really reminds us to act when we are chosen to act. When opportunities arise, we are asked to kind of lie in wait and then pursue them without reservation. The cheetah is the fastest land animal, but it is only a great sprinter. It is not great for the long haul. Be ready to act when these opportunities present, because it's when we start shifting our mindset that momentum builds quicker than we realize at times. Unfinished symphony. You have so much potential. You're not done. This loneliness that you're feeling, this either emotional or physical poverty that you've experienced in the past, it's not over. Sorry, it's not defining of you, and it's not the end of the story for you. We have exchanging gifts at the back of the deck. Spirit is just waiting around to kind of give you what you want. They're just kind of waiting in the wings to pour blessings upon you. And they just want you to open your arms to receive with an expectant, grateful heart. We have the dissipating card. Like we were saying earlier, you get stuck sometimes in that mindset of negativity, in this mindset of fear of loss. And it stops our energy from moving forward. It allows things to kind of halt. It puts us in a place of fear. And that King of Wands doesn't like being in that spot. He is not fearful. He moves forward. You know, fear be damned, he moves forward. And this is a reminder from Spirit not to allow your emotions, your mindset to keep you in a place of stagnation, because it's all about perspective. And this abundance card is really about that. It's about perspective. Both people have lost a coin, and only one person has a goal. And the perseverance that she shows will pay off for her. But his perception of the situation is that he's hopeless. And it's this perception that keeps him in a state of dissipation. It's kind of goes full circle here We have grief at the back of the deck. So many of you feel like enveloped in it and you don't know how to escape that. You feel tangled up in the grief. You feel tangled up in these emotions. But Spirit is here to kind of remind us that nothing changes if nothing changes. Advice, please. Message you need to hear right now. Spread your wings. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect. You are ready to soar away from these negative feelings, these negative mentalities that we have. We have the life review card. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. And it kind of brings me right back to this devil card. And we have the King of Pentacles here. It's like the only thing holding you back from the security you want, the only thing holding you back from the ascension you want is yourself. Are these addictions we have in life, these perceived restrictions that we've put ourselves in. Back of the deck is the gentleness card. Be very gentle with yourself in this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. A message you need to hear, please. A message you need. We have the gift. And I do love this card because inside that gift, it's a mystery. And that's what Spirit is saying, is that life is this beautiful gift. Every day is such a mystery. It's an adventure. And we look at it with such fear and trepidation, but it's like Christmas morning. We don't look at Christmas morning like fearful. We expect good things that day. And that's what Spirit wants us to do. They're like, life is a gift. Look at it as such. Every day is a mystery. It's a gift. Look at it as such instead of having yourself in a mindset of lack, mindset of waiting. We have the treasured memories at the back of the deck, which is a reminder to us not to let the past hold us back. We can take with us what we've learned from it. She's carrying it along with her in this balloon, but she's not allowing it to stop her from expecting more in the future. She can only take with it what she's learned, because other than that, the past is dead and gone. Let's get some words of encouragement from your guides and angels here. Your guides and angels want to say a few things. What do you want to say to group one? Message they need today. Okay, we have a few falling out here, so let's see. Your inspiration is divinely guided. So Spirit is trying to co-create with you. They are trying to work out all of the kinks that you are feeling, these feelings of dissipation. They're trying to whisper encouragement in your ears. Change is the only constant. The only thing we can depend on is change. So it's time to let go of expectation. It's time to let go of fear. It's time to let go of insecurities that hold us back from our true purpose here. Whoops. Stop looking backwards. Your time is ripe to fly forwards. Stop looking into the past. There's nothing we can do about it anymore. All we can do is gain the knowledge we can gain from it and move forward in that knowledge. We have you need to teach others. A proposal is on its way to you. We do have a new beginning, an emotional new start happening for you here in the future position with this beautiful Queen of Cups. But it is coming after a time of a shift in perspective, a shift of like an attitude of, it's like sometimes you might get a little bit emotional when you look at other people's situations and you wonder why your turn hasn't come. But it's after a shift in that perspective that you have this emotional new start, and you have such a beautiful abundance waiting for you here. You show up for everyone except yourself. And you have an interesting offer on the horizon. Let's get one more. My deck kind of fell apart, but we'll shuffle and get one more here. More, please, Spirit. Here, your laugh is my favorite sound in the world. And that doesn't usually belong in this deck, but Spirit is really letting you know that it is your happiness that makes them happy, that brings them joy. It is your happiness that moves you forward. It is your happiness that kind of creates all of the abundance that you want to see in your life. So it's just a beautiful message from them. And we have show gratitude at the back of the deck. Group 1, please. Message they need to hear right now. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the 8 of Swords, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Swords, that reflection of a self-imposed imprisonment. Something is holding us back, and it's this mental block we put on ourselves, these insecurities, these doubt, this fear. That's what's kind of hesitating you, making you stop from kind of being emotionally vulnerable, hesitating these new beginnings that you really want to start for yourself. And Spirit is saying it's time to put some work in. The worst is behind you. All of these terrible fears that you have about chaos and conflict, those fears are behind you. The confusion is behind you, but it is about putting the work in the now, being grateful in the moment. Oh, got a flower in there. Okay, so we do have the Empress and the Star reflected, so water energy, along with the baby shark. So I don't know if there are children involved in your life right now. A very motherly type of energy and a family kind of orientation here with the Tree of Life. So again, though, with the baby shark, a reminder to be aggressive when we are called to be aggressive. The Pisces energy here with the fish in the bowl, but it's also the sense of loss, the sense of I can't do anymore. I am giving up. I want to give up because it's too hard. It is about it reminds me of the Ten of Swords, and it is a call for us to let go of old ideas, old things that aren't serving us, things that again hold us back in this place of stagnation, stop us from ascension. We have a quarter in the bowl, so the 25th of the month could be significant, from 1974. And we have You Are My Sunshine. So Leo energy in the bowl. Spirit really wants to see you happy. Your happiness is what propels everything, is really what they're saying. All right, group number 1, that is what I have for you. If this resonated, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and join our family here. Please check out my links below, my Etsy link, my Instagram link, but mostly I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Hello, everybody. In group number 2, you were drawn to the beautiful red carnation, and this is your reading. A message meant to find you today. What do your guides and angels want to communicate with you? A message meant for you. King of Cups. Message meant for you today. Knight of Swords. Oh. The Wheel of Fortune. So clarifying that King of Cups. The Devil. The Page of Wands. And the Judgment card. Interesting. Okay, the back of the deck here is the Two of Cups. We do have the Seven of Swords underneath. So that Two of Cups on the back of deck energy really shows that a lot of you are concerned about your relationship and concerned about your status there. There is this sense here with the Devil and the King of Cups, this essence of Spirit trying to communicate with you that sometimes maybe you don't see things clearly when it comes to some of the connections in your life. There's a sense of entrapment with the Devil, a sense of addiction. And it could be, again, holding you back from some ascension here towards this love that you want to have come into your life. Or perhaps you have this person, but you're in disconnect from them, because I do see this Page of Wands standing in the desert wanting to communicate. And you really want a new beginning with this person. Spirit is saying that this focus is really kind of almost holding you back at times. It's this feeling of entrapment, this feeling like you're unable to move, unable to escape the situation that's stopping you from ascending into this position of this divine masculine energy, which is really, you know, a reflection of a soulmate. It doesn't have to be about gender. It is about ascension into a position of of the yin to someone's yang, and to be in that position of emotional vulnerability with another person. But the devil really talks about things that hold us back from that ascension. You can see both these characters are tethered to each other, perhaps. The Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. That Page of Wands is really a reflection of the potential that lies within you, the inspired thoughts that lead to the action in your life that creates this beautiful momentum, that creates the change that you want, that creates the new beginnings that you're looking for. And it is about being truthful with yourself and quickly putting an end to things that, again, are holding you back here. Because Spirit is saying that this is what's waiting for you. This beautiful fated connection, this beautiful desire, this beautiful paralleled, mirrored energy of connection is waiting for you once you're able to truly slice away the things that are holding you back. It can be insecure. We can even be addicted to insecure thoughts. Like we can be addicted to feeling insecure, negativity. It can be anything that you can be addicted to. But the future for you, your guides and angels really want to let you know that you have this sudden change coming in for you, a fated change, a new beginning. And for many of you watching, it is concerning love. It is concerning your potential in that area, because I feel like you've been waiting for this. You feel like you're alone in the desert. You're waiting for this opportunity. Many of you are thinking about a specific person, waiting for that specific person. And I don't know if there's been a mentality of negativity surrounding the connection or surrounding your thoughts about love, but it is that blockage that's holding you back. Message, urgent message meant to find you today. Page of Swords. That Page of Swords is very discerning. Out of all the pages, he still lacks a lot of confidence. He lacks a lot of experience, but he is very discerning when it comes to the truth and when it comes to what's holding us back. I just saw the Five of Pentacles. So somebody's feeling left in the cold, an emotional type of poverty. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Emperor. Back of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like this impatience to get to that point of ascension, impatience to get to that point in your life where you're like, yes, I made it through. I feel secure in myself. I feel secure in my relationship. I feel secure in all areas of my life. And it's like, I want to get there. I don't want to have to go through the growth. And Spirit is saying, kind of hold your horses. They're saying you have to clearly decide what you want so that you can communicate that with Spirit. But part of doing that is really deciding what isn't serving you anymore. What are these things that are holding you back from ascension? What are these things that are holding you back from moving towards this love offer, this connection that you want? The Ten of Swords is about letting go of those things. Letting go of an old idea that isn't serving us. Letting go of something that our egos become transfixed upon that is actually holding us back from moving forward into our power. And that Emperor is a leader. He is like that King of Cups in the sense that he represents that divine masculine. He represents ascension. He represents leadership, as does this Nine of Pentacles. It's like, I've pushed through my obstacles. I've worked hard to get to this point. But it's about letting go of the old so that you can formulate brand new positive plans of action. The Ten of Swords is not necessarily a death sentence for anything. So if you're asking or thinking about specific connection here, it's not a fork, you know, it's not a fork to kind of put to bed anything that you're really hoping for, but it is about putting a new spin on it and changing your perspective on it and making a new plan by the light of day. You have a new beginning coming in for you, a fated new beginning, but you have to let go of things that aren't serving you anymore. And again, those things can come in many forms, many addictions. Message you need, please, Spirit. Group 2. We have TikTok. Divine timing is at work right now in your life. And it's time to use that time wisely. There is a perfect plan that's working itself out in its perfection, but we are the masters of our own ship. We are the authors of this whole life that you're living. So the thinker card is really asking us to withdraw inside of ourselves. It's kind of like that hermit energy. Withdraw inside of yourself to clearly decide what you want. What is it that is not serving me that I can put to bed so that I can move forward? Is it an addiction to a physical substance? Is it an addiction to negative thoughts? Is it an addiction to a connection that has not served me, that is holding me back from this beautiful offer that wants to come in? Is it my impatience that I'm feeling? Message you need. We have bittersweet. Sometimes letting go of these things that we've kind of held on to for a long time is bittersweet. If you're addicted to something and it has been your crutch, it can be almost a painful experience to kind of let go of that, not just on a physical level, but even emotionally. It's like to let go of a security feels scary. But it does have its rewards on the other side of pushing through that discomfort, that pain. We have discovery, and it's about discovering yourself. Discovering what kind of stuff you're really made of. Discovering how much courage and strength you have inside of you. We have the dissipating card on the back of the deck. Discovering that you have the power to move yourself out of these feelings of stagnation and into motion. And it gives you such a huge perspective shift. We have this card, Pure Nature, coming out. And this girl is cloaked in this beautiful red peony, this beautiful flower. And it is about kind of respecting the gifts that have been bestowed upon us and not taking them for granted. A red peony will symbolize honor and respect. And it's like we have to recognize the importance of respecting and honoring ourselves before we can truly expect others to honor and respect us in return. Again, it's that shift in perspective that is needed. Clearly being truthful with ourselves from a logical point of view. Beloved one, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. And again, we started with the back of deck energy as the Two of Cups, which is that soulmate connection. It is a reflection of that. So there is a new beginning, a sudden shift coming in for you. Courage, be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Stand up for yourself. Put yourself on a pedestal because that's what you deserve. That's how Spirit really is presenting you. That's what you need to hear. Don't let your past hold you back. And that's what we've been talking about this whole reading. Don't let perceptions hold you back. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let these addictions hold you back from your ascension. Let's get some words of encouragement from your guides and angels. Words of encouragement, please. A message they need to hear right this moment. Okay, we have, don't be a prisoner of your past. It really reminds me of that Eight of Swords. It's like we put ourselves in these imprisonments, and if we just open up our eyes and see things clearly, we don't have to be in that state of fear. Your tears are not going unheard. But you need dramatic change, is what Spirit is saying. Your time of struggle is coming to an end. The things that have been plaguing you, the things that are holding you back, will not hold you back forever. You are strong. Give yourself some credit. Excuse me. Your capacity for love is huge. Prepare for powerful change. Don't live anywhere but the present. Maybe you have a dark past doesn't lead to a dark future. Okay. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group 2. A message you need to hear, group 2. The Nine of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So I don't know if I get this impression that some of you feel like you have to beg the universe for scraps when it comes to love or security. It's like you feel like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and you've never been the one picked for ball. You've never been the one picked for dodgeball, and you're just waiting there. You're getting a bit of a chip on your shoulder because you're wondering, maybe it's not for me. Maybe there's not a balance when it comes to this for me. But Spirit doesn't want you to give up that hope, because you have security. Ascension is coming to you, and you're in the process right now, whether you know it or not. Through the perseverance, through holding that post so long, through showing that dedication, it's going to lead to beautiful things for you in the future. And we do have a sudden shift coming in for you, a brand new beginning. So take courage. That King of Pentacles is an assurance of stability in the future for you, on both a physical plane and an emotional one. Okay, so we have the letter C in the bowl today. We have Taurus. We have a teddy bear, so a symbol for children. We have a monkey here, which again is my symbol for children. So I don't know if children are in your life right now or in the future for you, between this connection here coming in the future. But again, it's about worry too, though, that Nine of Wands. It's like a worry. It's like a monkey on my back. I'm worried with that. I'm worried that I won't get what other people are getting. But I'm really good at hiding that fact. Like, I feel like I'm really good at portraying myself in a pretty calm, cool, collected light with this ornately decorated moon charm. And the dragon in the bowl too. It's a real self-perseverance type of energy. It's like I've shielded myself. I'm armored for battle. I've got these scales, but every dragon has a soft spot. So we have, how I feel about you makes my heart long to be free. So I don't know if some of you are thinking about a person who is actually currently partnered. So take that as it resonates. All right, group number 2, that is what I have for you. This was a message meant to find you today from your guides and angels. If this resonated, I would love to hear about it in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you feel called to. If you're interested in a private reading, my link to book me for that is below. But mostly I hope that you come back and visit me on another day here at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Hello, group number 3, all of you drawn to this beautiful two-toned carnation. This is your reading. I don't even know where to put this. It's so big. I'll switch these places right in here. This is your reading, a message meant to find you today from your guides and angels. What do they see you struggling with? What messages of encouragement do they have for you? We have the Strength card, Leo energy coming out. The Ace of Cups. The Four of Swords. Let's clarify that Strength card, please. Queen of Cups. Five of Swords. And the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Hierophant. Back of the deck is the Judgment card, and we have the King of Pentacles. So the back of the deck, the beautiful Judgment card here, talks about ascension, talks about new beginnings. And I do feel like many of you watching have kind of been struggling a lot. Could be on a financial kind of level, could be just emotionally. There's been some struggle, and Spirit is really trying to let you know that they've seen you struggling, and they want you to know that the worst is behind you. You have new beginnings on the horizon here. And for many of you, it is on a practical level. You have some stability coming in, some new opportunities that are going to really allow you to kind of start building up more abundance in your life if that's something that has been plaguing you. For others, I do feel like I'm talking about emotions and about how you've struggled emotionally in the recent past. You really had to push through a lot of obstacles that were sometimes overwhelming to you, I feel. It's like I feel overwhelmed, and it's almost like a sense of anxiety attacks or something that you really had to push through. We have the Ace of Cups with the Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Many of you are kind of hoping for a revisit of a relationship that ended abruptly. It's like conflict that there was no real winner. It's like walking away from something that where there was no real winner. Nobody won in this situation. But there's going to be a revisit here. There's going to be an emotional new start. So if you have had some conflicts with someone in the past that has really been on your mind and plaguing you, Spirit wants you to know that this message is for you, that this message of reconciliation is on the horizon here in this situation between you and this person. There will be kind of a new start, a fresh new beginning to kind of rebuild the situation. It could be somebody that you're in love with. It doesn't have to be. It can be a friendship situation, but there just is going to be a fresh start. So if you've been plagued with some anxiety concerning a conflict from the past or recent past with a third party, with another person, there's going to be some new beginnings there. There's going to be a revisit, an opportunity to kind of clear the air and to acknowledge the hurt and pain that existed in this conflict that occurred between the two of you. In the future position here, we do have the Four of Swords and the Hierophant. So that Four of Swords is really about retreat. It's about sinking into yourself to clearly decide what you want. It is about relaxation, resting. Spirit is saying you've been through a lot. It's time to take a breather, and it's time for you to clearly decide what you want out of the future. We see you ascending here. We have the Hierophant. I'm going to get some clarity cards here when it comes to this spread, but the Hierophant is about ascension. It's about conforming to roles and about movement. So I do feel like there's a lot of wisdom you've gained through pushing through these obstacles that you've had to push through, even through this conflict you've experienced in your life recently with this other person. It could be a friend or a lover. You've learned a lot through these experiences, and you've ascended on an energetic level, and Spirit is kind of commending you for that, but they're saying you're not really done. You're not done with that ascension. Message you need. Nine of Cups. The High Priestess. I just saw the Nine of Wands, but he plopped back into the deck. We have the King of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Seven of Swords and the King of Swords. Spirit is really saying you've always kind of known intrinsically what you need to push yourself forward. It's like they're really presenting you as this wise soul here with the High Priestess and the Hierophant together going hand in hand. They're presenting you as someone on it's like a fast track to ascension. But they're saying that sometimes your own insecurities hold you back. And if you were to be truly clear with yourself and look at everything from a logical point of view, nothing would hold you back. You would charge through any kind of obstacle in your life that faces you because you have this power within you that maybe you're even unaware of. The Nine of Cups present with the High Priestess and the King of Pentacles shows that you have great abundance coming in for you, and all you have to do is dream it into being. This High Priestess works hand in hand with that Magician, and she takes all of those beautiful ideas and she kind of formulates a plan of action. She sits on it, she uses all of her wisdom to formulate a perfect plan of action, and then she puts it into work. And she sees herself ascend. And this King of Pentacles shows abundance. It shows security in life and love. If you're asking about love, it really shows ascension. It could show marriage in the future of the connection that you're thinking about. But it shows a stability, and it shows you moving forward from these feelings of insecurity, from these feelings of conflict that you've maybe experienced in love or in life. It shows you sitting in a comfortable spot at the end of the day. What message you need, please? We have time for a nap. And I don't know if you watching are a lot of air signs watching, because there's a lot of intellect floating around this pile. And the fox is a very clever animal. And sometimes we get so smart. Like, my daughter is a very intelligent person, and sometimes she's almost too smart for her own good, because she thinks of all the possible scenarios of things that can go wrong. And that's what Spirit is really communicating here, that you sometimes think about all the possible scenarios that can go wrong, instead of using that intellect to your ability and saying, you know, this is all the scenarios that could go right. So they really want you to kind of use your downtime productively. And again, using that beautiful logic. The King of Swords underneath here with the Seven of Swords is really showing that you're maybe pushing, your fears are reigning paramount over your logic sometimes, and stopping you from these new beginnings that want to come. A message you need. We have blessed. The blessed card is about staying in a state of gratitude despite your situation in the current moment. It's about staying in a state of happiness. And that can be difficult to do. We have the Here and Now card at the back of the deck, because we're always so focused on the past and how it hurt us, how it didn't serve us, and we're focused on the future and how we want it to be. But it stops us from really staying present in the moment. And it's through the moments, you know, life is not made up of giant events. It's made up from moments. And if you're happy in those moments, then you're going to be happy in those big events, because that's the momentum you're creating for yourself. But if you're just anxious in the moment, constantly looking backwards, constantly looking forwards, but not looking directly in front of you, that puts you in a constant state of stress, and that just brings you more of that stress. And that's what Spirit wants you to try to stop focusing on. Focus on what's blessed in your life right now. What do you have to be grateful for right this moment? How can you use that feeling of gratitude to propel momentum in your own life? And you have all of the hidden wisdom inside of you. Spirit is saying that they're very, very intelligent. You have ascended on a spiritual level in a fast track type of way that other people haven't experienced yet. But it's about staying present in the gift of the present. Message you need, please. Whoops. We have the Destiny card coming out for you. And we also have the Victim card. So for those of you who are really concerned about a relationship coming in the future, as I said, we do have this stability, this conformity, which kind of is also a representation of commitment here with that Hierophant in the future of your position. So you do have this destined path in front of you. And for many of you, you will be merging with a soulmate type of connection in the future here to create this beautiful stability. But part of what's holding back that ascension is this victim mentality here. And this card is not one of my favorites in the deck. It kind of gets in your face a little bit. And it's Spirit's way of really telling us that sometimes we take all of our potential and we plant it at the wrong time and in the wrong conditions and expect wonderful things. And when we don't get what we want, we get thrust into a state of despair. And it's kind of unfounded, and it's kind of irritating to Spirit because they're saying, you know, you're you're creating the situation and then you're surprised by the results. Like they're saying, if you can take that potential of you and plant it in the right conditions and at the right time, that's when things bloom. That's when these beautiful trees can grow up. But it's all about the process, and this is all about discovery and how you view the world. It's about learning and growing, and it's all about the journey. We are always so fast to try to get to that brand new day, to always get to that ascension. But the wisdom, the joy, the happiness is in the journey. The message you need. Message you need. Moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. The Spirit keeps saying, you know, you have these spiritual gifts inside of you. And you have these abilities to kind of, again, fast track. You've been fast tracked on this ascension, and you can capitalize on that fast track almost by using the cycles of the moon and these different times during the year that manifestation is really huge and abundant. Even this time, like right now, moving into this new age of Aquarius, we're in this brand new age. What a wonderful time to manifest the future. A complete change of age for us. So use that time to your advantage. Life review. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change and heal anything that is unbalanced. So what is holding you back? Is it a perspective of yourself? What's holding you back from growth? Is it a lack of gratitude in your life? So it's about resolving to change the things that hold us back. This Seven of Swords really represents fears and hidden agendas and insecurities. So is that what holds you back in life? Chakra clearing is at the back of the deck. Call upon me to clear and open up your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. We have my home is my castle. This card is beautiful because it's this woman carries this castle on her back, and this castle represents her soul. And it's as she, you know, goes through life and she gains memories and she goes through all of these struggles, these conflicts in her life, she's adding turrets. She's adding memories to her beautiful castle here. The older she gets, the more her beautiful fortress grows. And it's like her memories, her things that we perceive in the past as mistakes, all of these things that kind of come along with us for the ride, really do create this beautiful fortress for us. It's a beautiful place for us to draw from, a beautiful place of wisdom for us to draw from. And it's a beautiful fortress for us against pain. And it's a beautiful foundation for us to build our true selves. And it's a reminder to us that we're on a constant journey, that everything that happens to us is just wisdom to carry with us, to add to our beautiful kingdom here, add to our soul. Message you need. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius. It's about being open and honest with yourself. Seven of Swords, putting that energy away, clearly deciding what you want and charging into it without forethought, without fear. It's about courage and boldness. And you know, it's interesting because we started this entire reading with that Strength card, which is about courage and pushing forward even when things are hard, even when we've planted seeds in the wrong conditions and we've had disappointments. It's about taking the knowledge from that and just adding it to our turret and moving forward and being grateful for the experience, because truly it's with that gratitude, feeling in that blessed space, that we are able to move forward in our momentum. Let's get some messages of encouragement from your guides and angels. What would you like to say to group 3 today, please, Spirit? Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing. Be careful of people who try to trick us. Whoops, falling out of me. It says you need to act on one side. On the other side, it says the past is gone. Stop living there. You have an interesting offer on the horizon. And we have Ascension moving in. I don't know if some of you are going to be moving into a leadership role. The King of Pentacles with the Hierophant is really about leadership and taking on conformed roles. So you have more responsibility coming in the future. For some of you, it's in love. For others, it is in more of the career realm. Time to let go. Time to let go of fears, insecurities. Do not be afraid. I go before you always. That song from church is stuck in my head. Come follow me and I will give you rest. This too shall pass. Lay your worries at the foot of the cross. A passionate partner is coming for some of you. And unexpected money is coming. Lots of abundance with that King of Pentacles as well. This one wants to come out as well. You show up for everyone except for yourself. Back of the deck is you are not alone. Get a charm bowl for you, group 3. A message you need to hear. Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords again here. And we have the 4 of Cups. So this is a warning against apathetic thoughts and feelings of ungratefulness is what Spirit is saying. Sometimes we lie to ourselves. We are not clear with ourselves. We let our insecurities and fears reign paramount over our lives. And it puts us in a state of sadness to the point where we don't see offers. We don't see the goodness that we have. But Spirit wants us to kind of plot ourselves out of that, even if it takes bit by bit. Even if we're kind of sunk into a place of depression, Spirit is saying we can get ourselves out of there moment by moment, bit by bit. And even if we have to take baby steps, that's okay, as long as we're headed in the right direction. And that Knight of Pentacles is a beautiful assurance of dependability and patience, and the fact that he always makes it to his destination eventually. Okay, we have the beautiful Sun rune here, which is about happiness and joy coming in the future, but also maintaining that gratitude and that heart full of love in the now as well. We have the Z charm in the bowl. We have the anchor in the bowl because somebody is feeling stuck. It's like, how did I get here, marooned here on this hillside? I'm supposed to be in the water going with the flow, but somebody feels stuck. It's time to haul anchor and to go with the flow with the seahorse in the bowl. The fish bones in the bowl are a reminder to us to let go of things that don't serve us any longer. Some things require a new plan of action. We need to look at it from a fresh perspective, but how we are looking at it right now is not serving us. And the seahorse or sea star is a reflection of healing yourself from within. A sea star can lose a limb and regenerate that limb. So it is about healing yourself from past pain that keep us stagnant, that stop us from our momentum from moving forward. And we do have the yin yang here, the infinity symbol. Some of you again have this ascension coming in the form of a relationship, a new beginning. Others, it's really about leveling up as far as becoming a leader in life in general, in your career, but also just in general being a leader in your own life. And we have the guitar charm as well. All right, group number 3, that is what I have for you. This is a message that was meant to find you today from your guides and angels. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comment section. I would love to have you subscribe to the channel and join our family here. If you're interested in a private reading, the link to book me is below. But mostly, I hope that you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.